What's going on YouTube? Back in the garage again. In this video we're going to be putting on a new exhaust for this Suzuki Bandit. It came with this whole set exhaust. As you can see, it has seen better days. Not only that, since when I was doing work to the bike, I had it laying on its side for about a week, and in turn oil somehow got inside this damn thing. When this was on and I started it up for the first time, it was smoking really bad. Yeah, see, it's just soaked with oil inside. So I'm going to be changing this out, and I'm going to be replacing it with this little tiny guy. Yes, it is a straight shot right through, has some baffling in it. This is a cheap eBay one. I'm planning on selling this bike, so just gonna make it look really nice and sound decent and flip it. So we're going to do a sound test on basically the bike with no muffler, and then with this to see the difference. Yeah, so stick around. Let's check. All right, like I said in the first video, when I had this bike, I saturated the muffler with oil, smoked like a son of a bitch when I started it up. Not only that, the bracket for it, like the insulation that helps keep it quiet and everything, I think someone replaced it with like heat shielding. It's not even padding. I don't know what the hell somebody was doing. That was all banged up too. So yeah, I knew I was gonna get another exhaust. This is just junk now. It's probably gonna get scrapped. I was going to cut it down and make a shorty out of it, but it rattles. It's junk. So we're gonna start it up with nothing on it, so you guys can hear how the bike sounds. It's not going to be running long. I have to be respectful of my neighbors and stuff. I don't need anybody complaining about what I do in this shop. So I'm going to start it up, have it run for a moment, shut it back down, then we'll bolt on a different one, or the cheap eBay one. Alright, this is sound with no muffler on it. Yeah, so I'm going to put the choke on. The carbs still need work on this bike, but it will start. So yes, that was with no muffler. So let's bolt this cheap eBay muffler on, see if it makes any difference. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be stupid loud, just like it is now with no muffler, because it looks like it has like no restriction. Alright, so the muffler came in like a plastic wrap type deal to protect it, which is nice, you know. I hope they did something to protect it. Then it came with this silencer. It literally does nothing. Like, there's no way to mount this sucker that I can think of. Like, it literally drops right in, and the hell am I supposed to do with that? Like, there's no way of bolting it in. I don't know. So I wasn't going to use it anyway, so maybe no, it seriously goes almost right through. Oh, I think I know how it goes on. They also gave this piece. No, that doesn't make sense either. Unless this goes in. How the fuck does that work? Like that? That makes no sense. I don't know. I'm not using these pieces. You're supposed to put this on and have these little spring things mounted to it, spring brackets. So it came with this little bag, and I can get this crap out of the bag. So yeah, it came with the main mounting bracket with the rubber insulator. Most likely it's gonna melt. Never know, might even catch the bike on fire. That'd be very interesting. Then it came with a bolt for it, and it also came with these springs and these little hoops that you weld to either the other side of the exhaust here or to this piece here, and you weld this to the exhaust. I'm guessing you weld it like that, and I think you're supposed to put this in or something like this, or I don't fucking know. We're not using that crap. I am going to be using this hoop with the bolt that it came with. On the muffler itself, it has these hoops, and I'm going to remove those. And what I'm going to do is, the one I took off, it has slits at the end. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put slits in it, the new one, and I'm going to use the clamp from the old one here to clamp it down. And when you put it on, I'll let you get a better angle here. There we go. I'm gonna have to tweak it and see how I like it. The mounting point's going to be right here, but first thing I'm gonna do is take off these ears, these little spring ears that I find they never last when it comes down to cheap eBay ones, so I'm not even gonna bother. So yeah, let me take that off. So I already took one of those hooks off. I left a little burr. This cheap China crap, they don't really weld things very well sometimes. So it really came off super easy. All I did was take a microfiber cloth, screwdriver, put the screwdriver through the hook and on the cloth, and simply just pull back, and it'll break the welds. And it'll do first pop, and then you gotta do it again to get the last part of the welds, and it'll come right off. So it just leaves these little tiny nubs, which I'm fine with. I'll probably take a little grind wheel or something and flatten that out. But yeah, next is I'm going to make those slots with the grind wheel. Make the slits on the grind wheel. So what I did is I took my clamp that I'm going to be using to bolt it or clamp it down to the main pipe here. Took the width of that, and just basically lined it up at the end and put a piece of tape to where this ends, and made notches, 4 notches around the edge. So when you clamp it down, it will actually take those cut pieces and bring them in and seal it up. So let's take the tape off, and oh yeah, I also took a filed out the inside, so get rid of the birds. If not, you'll have a hell of a time putting it on. Alright, got my clamp cleaned up. Cleaned up enough. This bike is basically in mock-up stage. I'm going to be tearing the whole bike down and going through really deep in depth of the bike, cleaning each part and stuff, so it's going to be a long process, but I got all winter to do it, so I really don't care. I'm going to take the clamp, put it on, and put it so the Allen key part is on the back side and facing down. Put the muffler on, so just simply slide it down onto your header pipe. I'm going to line it up to the original line. You'll see an original line there. I'm going to try that there just so the line will be hidden. Now I'm going to put this clamp on, but first you got to, oh man, this is like staticky crap right now. Son of a bitch. There's all kinds of crap on it. I gotta put this rubber piece on. Alright, got the rubber piece on. Just make sure all the way around you got the lip going over the edge. Obviously you want the rubber on the inside so it creates cushion. Slip it over the exhaust. Let me see, how do I want to do this? This already started coming off. Piece of junk. This, I can probably be right at the end. Kind of want the rivets showing. So I'm going to bring the exhaust up a little bit. Something like that. That should do it. Yeah, I got to tighten that up. Then I got to tighten up this clamp at the base here. Then we'll start her up. Yeah. Not too shabby. So I got it bolted down about where I'm going to end up having when it's finished product. I took this clamp right here, I butted up right to the edge of the muffler, so it's just covering the notches I made. So when you clamp it down, it actually clamps the actual piping. This bolt here, I found that I'm going to have to replace the washer on the back side because the one that they supplied is really small, and in turn it's pulling through the bushing, like pushing the bushing through. It's kind of like being a puller almost. So I'm gonna have to replace that, but for the time being she's on there, she ain't moving. So let's start it up and see how she sounds. It muffled it just a little bit. It actually quieted it down just a tiny bit. It doesn't sound horrible. Huh. Not bad for 30 some odd dollars. I like it. It looks pretty good. Now I'm going to be taking the exhaust pipe off from the header all the way back. I'm going to be probably sandblasting it and giving it a coat of high temp paint, and I'm going to be doing a header wrap to it. These are supposed to be chrome, but it's on this bike is far from that anymore. It's just got surface rust everywhere. So yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed. Alright you guys, that's going to finish up this video of putting on this eBay cheap motorcycle muffler on the Suzuki Bandit. Like I said, right at the end, I'm really impressed with it. For 35 bucks I think I paid for it. It actually doesn't sound bad. It actually muffled it a little bit. It basically sounded like almost like that whole set that was on it. Now, it should be jetted to it? Probably. I'm probably gonna have to do that. I have to mess with the carburetors. I still have to rebuild them and stuff like that. So that's why the bike didn't really sound too hot. Yeah. If you find this video interesting, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next video on this bike.